Hello everyone, welcome to Elliott Wave Forex.com YouTube channel. My name is Henry. Today is Wednesday, June 29. The time is around 2:45 a.m. GMT, and we are looking at the chart of the silver right here. We can see that we ended with 2, okay, and then now that means we are now within the wave 3 on the downside, which subdivides into another 5 waves. We have ended with 1 of 3 here, with 2 of 3 ended here. Now we started to turn lower again, and the idea here is to see for the downside while it stays below 21.96. Alright, so you can see a couple of things, observation here. You can see in the rally from here so far looks corrective, right? This does not look like a 5 waves impulse, it looks like a 3 waves. So that tells us that I think at least when we're talking about the shorter cycle, still the bearish trend still is ruling, right? It's still ruling the instrument right now, and we should be looking for the downside. Now, does it mean that we don't have any other alternates? Well, there is. Technically, we could do a double. This could be a W, this could be a X, and we can do a Y leg like this. But if it breaks below this one, then that will confirm this is indeed your wave 2 over here, and the extension lower will be fully confirmed if we do get a break below 1. But still, even without breaking below 1 right now, it does give us a little, some information. The rally is corrective here, right? So even if we assume we rally from here, but because this is a 3 waves, it's hard for me to to say that okay, silver has made a major low and then starting a big move higher or something like that, because again, the reaction so far that I see is only a 3 waves reaction from that previous low. Okay, so for now we are calling the more aggressive view, calling that this is ending the wave 2, and then now we can see for the downside. Now once we break below 1, that will confirm that is indeed going to continue to go down. And technically speaking, if we break below this 20.6, the next target here simply is going to be 100% extension like this, right? So from here you measure against wave 2, it can go to 20.2, which is going to be the next target on the downside. Alright, that's going to be the minimum target for the next leg lower. Now let's zoom out a little bit to see what we got. If we zoom out on the daily time frame, okay, so without really discussing about the labels of the higher time frame, because if you do want to get all the updates on all the labels and so on, you can always check our service. We have 14 days trial. Here we are more talking about the bigger ideas here in silver, right? So this low here is the March 2020. This is, as you know, is the major low in many different asset categories, not just silver, but also indices and so on. This is what we call the COVID-19 low, right? Which is the sell-off after the news comes and ended in March 2020, right? Now since then we accelerated, we bounced very quickly, but then it gets too quick, and then now we've been sort of sideways since last year, since February last year, right? Kind of trending lower, like drifting lower. It's not necessarily bearish if we take a look at it from the daily and the weekly, but it's definitely trending lower, drifting lower for more than 1 year. Now you can see the rally here, it has the characteristic and behavior of an impulse, but this one has the characteristic and the behavior of a corrective structure, right? Now I'm talking about the daily. When I'm talking about the 1 hour, it's completely different, right? Yes, looking for the downside and all those things, but when we look at the daily, we're talking about much bigger structure, much bigger point of view, right? Which suggests that this entire move has a corrective behavior, but this has an impulsive behavior, right? So yes, it can go down still, no doubt about it, just like what the 1 hour chart here is showing. And then the rally also looks like a 3 ways correction so far, but we are trying to figure out what exactly is the potential support. If indeed this is going to be an impulse from the March 2020, that will suggest this is a correction to the impulse, and once this correction is over, then we could actually start the next leg up again if this is an impulse, right? So if we look at this decline here, I mean, we can simply try to find out like a 1, 2, 3 types of correction, because correction is always in 3 waves. So if we start from here, from February 2021, I think we can, for example, we can see the biggest swing from this peak here is going to be this swing here, right? That looks to be the biggest swing in terms of the correction. So that means we can count this as our first swing. This could be our second swing, and now we are on the third swing lower, right? And if we simply just measure extension here, right, and then we could see, let me see, hold on, is this one, this low here is 21.429, this one is 21.433. okay, so this one is below this one, so I'm just going to be using this as my first swing. This is my second swing. So you can see the 100% is going to be 18.3. Now this is a potential target, right? If it can go to a full 100% extension, is 18.3, right? And the 1.236 is going to be 16.2. so I would say this is a potential support. Now, will it for sure go there? Well, sometimes it will, sometimes it won't, but this is a potential target on the downside, right? If we try to do a retracement from the COVID-19 low, we hit the 50% correction already now. Now we can go to the 61.8, which is 18.7, or the 100% from here is just slightly below the 61.8, which is 18.3. So I would say that this is definitely a possibility here, right? It is a possibility that we can reach this area around 18 before we finally found a better support for the metals, and then starts to either starts the next leg higher like this, or else do a bigger rally in 3 ways at minimum. Okay, so in the meantime, in the shorter cycle, I think I don't see any evidence or any data to suggest that this already starts to turn bullish. You can see even by looking at this, it looks like a 3 waves here, right? 1, 2, 3. Looks like a 3 waves to me. And this one, as we see in the 1 hour cycle, this little move up from here, this one, if you look at the 1 hour, also looks like a 3 wave. So everything still looks like a 3 wave so far. So I don't see any evidence yet that we have already bottomed, and so I think we still can see for the downside as a result, as long as we stay below to its 21.9. Even this one, 21.5, we can see for the downside. Break below here is going to confirm that. Alright, so that is the update for today, and as always, if you want to get regular updates, feel free to check our service. We have 14 days trial, and the link is provided in the description of the video. So I'll see you all again next time. Have a nice day, everyone.